Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Green 18. Inside. 54. All day, baby. All day. All day. Hey. My 7. Mike. It's our time. It's our time.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Blue 58. Check. Watch 54. Check right. Blue 58.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That's 26. Check right. Buzz. I don't think you got it, son. Mike.
On second and inches, Rodgers. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a first and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Switch gears. Hey, Delta. 55.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 13 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Gotta do better. Come on, go.
On first down, Cummins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten to stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Operating for the gun, Cummins, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Let's go.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Back north. You go tight. You got tight.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. In the end zone, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get that quarterback and all. Hey, orbit.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
first down. Cummins, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
61, matchbox snap.
From the gun, Cummins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
X3, 218, chop.
Operating from the gun, Cummins. The open man is Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Watch the backer.
On 1st and 10, Cummins. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
80 weapon.
To throw again, Cummins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Switch. Check 13. Check 13. Hey, Alpha. Go to 50.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, Echo. Hey, 88.
Hill running right. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now it's Rodgers. And to the tight end here, Seferian-Jenkins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
At the 7-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
319. Scan 300. Scan 300. Recon 132 fighter.
Rodgers to throw once more toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
I'm coming for you, son. 26. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Jump out.
Rodgers again now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
They'll run it with Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo! Ready?
From the gun, Cummins. It's caught. Smith. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cummins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sterling Shepard, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
Hey, seam 6. 5.
Operating from the gun. Cummins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check 1. Check 3. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing again. Rodgers. This one back on Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 951. They're not ready.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Okay, ready?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Who that? Check it. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Now.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming.
Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Smooth. General West. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
From the gun, Cummins airing it out deep for Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end 30. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. You got 4 down. 4 down. Watch 84. Watch 84.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Back north.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 24 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Whip. Watch the whip.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Pilot, 64. Weak. He's here, Mike. Go. Get up.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Shoot. Hey, Mike.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Go, Mike 51. Mike 51. Flip it down.
And again, it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Hatchet. Go to 50. Greystone, travel.
Check safety, check safety.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Safarian Jenkins has it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 11th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. With those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
61, match box, to go.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Here comes the ball. I see you, bro. I see you.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. Cummins. They find some open field here. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Check mine, check mine.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
58. Mike. Right. Hey, take 26.
Now Rodgers. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check 24.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Got it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
At the 35-yard line.
Four receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Complete. Smith has it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down. Cummins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang.
Operating from the gun. Cummins. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
Recon, 132 fighter. 52's the mic. Go.
From the gun, Cummins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they?
I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Joker, protein spill. Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers looking to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
55. Mike 55. I got you.
Hey. High 7. 50.
Rodgers now to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Here we go. Over. Watch out. Yeah, Liz.
First down, and it's Hill again. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Packers 39, Vikings 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And some space here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Come on, set. Blue draw Corkers. 60 Pittsburgh.
Switch.
Now.
On first down, Cummins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Cummins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Give him 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Under 10.
Hit it.
Operating from the gun, Cummins. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
58, right over there.
On 4th down, Cummins. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Let's go. 8, read. 22 jet bomber. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Cummins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Antonio Callaway with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Packers, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon.